Guys, it's Tiger here. We're
Jet Total.
here for his Palest of Moons deck profile.
Alright guys, clearly this is an Accel clan, so of course I'm going to run the Golden Beast Tamer Accel marker. For my grade 3, we got the Shin Golden Beast Tamer. And 3 copies of her, running her at 3. So she's cool, she's always there.
What's her skill?
Her skill is Counterblast 1, put a card from your hand into the soul. And then you get to call 2 units. 2 of them things. Straight from the soul. It's great with different combos for the deck. That I'll get into in a minute.
Her other skill?
Her other skill is continuous, actually. If I have 5 units on the field, she gets +3, which makes my...
They all get +3.
Yeah, they all get +3 in the front row. So everybody gets a bonus. Everybody center stage. Everybody gets a spotlight.
Alright, so she's gone.
Alright, so
Get out of here.
get her out of here. So she's cool.
You can just sit them in the middle, really. Start sitting all your cards in the middle.
Alright, so she's cool. Alright, she's going to be our main act, but we have other grade 3s as well. So, we got the girl, Alice. I love her so much. Her skill, actually, when placed, I can call a Workroid from Soul and give it +3. Oh, actually, +5. And she has a rear guard skill, which I love the most, is at the end of the battle, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and then call a unit other than grade 3 from Soul, which is also a good combo starter. I love Pale Moon because it has a lot of different decent combos and a lot of tricks up its sleeve. Now, let's talk about finishers. Our real finisher is Artillery Man. Artillery Man be going in. His skill is continuous. +3 for each card that I have in my soul. So he get big, but not big, but big. Also, he has an axe skill, which is also pretty cool. Once per turn, I can put 2 cards from my hand into the soul, and I get to draw a card. That's cool. So, lock and load, fire, but if I do hit, I do got a counterblast for it. But, of course, I'm going to hit big attacks. So, Pale Moon is a deck that soul charges a lot, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, but with all these counterblasting and all that bullshit, we're going to need some counter chargers. So I have my boy Comically Chimera here for the last of my grade 3s, and for the start of my grade 2s, my other counter charger, Dancing Knife Dancer. He's cool, but he's not necessarily immediate. He's always at the end of the turn. I get to counter charge if I haven't counter charged already. I'm calling me Chimera because he gets +5. But Comically Chimera is cool because he can suck a unit into the soul, which a lot of other skills pop off of that as well. Alright, onward with the grade 2s. Got my main other Workroids. I love Workroids. Jumping Jill is that girl, which is called from Soul. I can grab somebody, draw them into the soul, backstage, and then I get to call an assistant. So, call a booster, get a grade 1. Normally I call Midnight Bunny, which is also a fun card to use. Alright, Amarath Beast Tamer. She's a cool combo card. She gets +3 after she sucks someone into the soul. And she's a grade 2. So, I have her at 4 as well, just like Jumping Jill. We can't have a party without Nitro Jugglers at 4. And his skill, when placed, I get to check top 2 cards of my deck, put one of them in the soul, and one at the bottom of my deck. So he's always cool. He's very good to ride into, and that's why I run him at 4. Making sure I can get him. Now let's get started with the grade 1s. Check out Midnight Bunny. When she boosts, soul charge 1. If that is not an amazing skill, not a good skill, an amazing skill, I don't know what is. So, she's the card that I like to combo with Amarath Beast Tamer, because if I can suck somebody else in the soul, and if I happen to be boosting, she gets, and if I hit, I can soak her into soul, and then she can call somebody else out. So Amaranth Beast Tamer gets big from dragging somebody in, and sometimes I call Midnight Bunny behind everybody else. She's always good for support. She's backstage guru right here. I don't know why I put my grades. Yeah, she is actually at 3. If I'm not mistaken.
You put 1 in the middle.
I put 1 in the middle. I don't know why I did that.
4.
It's definitely 4 of them things. Alright, another great one that I run at 4. Starting presenter. Always cool to start off with. Not exactly my favorite. Yeah, not exactly my favorite out of the bunch, out of the cast of characters that we have, but when placed from hand, he soul charges 1. Not bad. But when rolled upon, though, that's when the show really starts. I can put a card from my hand to the soul, and once I do that, I can soul charge 1. But cool thing about his skill is that when I soul charge 1, I can also choose to call it. So, for instance, if I call a I don't know, happen to call one of these bad boy grade 3s out here. I don't know, Artilleryman turn 1. You know, it was fun. It'd be terrible. But
Yeah,
I mean, turn 2, I'm going second. Never go second, really. Pale Moon, really. So, I have him at 4 as well. Now, sadly, right now, we only have 2 Purple Trapeze, but she good. Whenever she goes into Soul, when she goes backstage. I can Soul Blast her out. She can take a break, take a little water break. Somebody subs in for her. And then, call it to her cell marker. Why not? Make sure I get something big off. She's a good combo piece. We need some assistance on soul charging sometimes. So, Fluster Cadet comes in handy with that. Call her out, rest her, soul charge 1. Not bad. It's not like this deck needs help with soul charging. It's just she's here. Alright, time for the main event. Most of you guys only probably care about trigger lineups. So here we go. I'm rocking with the best with them. First of all, Entertain Messenger is definitely my starter. So we're going to start with the grade. We got to start with the grade 0. It's not like I got a choice. But, Alright, so 4 draw PGs. Hades Hypnotist. Nothing special. Just a perfect guard. +1. We're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 critical triggers in this deck. The reason why I run more crits in this deck is because if in the case scenario whereas I'm getting a lot of these big swings, I gotta make it a little bit more threatening than, a front trigger is good and all, but if I get a draw trigger, it's not as fantastic. I need to actually make an impact when I do my attacks. I got a really wild crowd, so that's why I got the critical triggers there, just for a surprise factor. Front triggers, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of them things. I did downplay on the front triggers a little bit because, of course, I gotta have front triggers because it's an Accel clan. Why the fuck not? It's power to the front row. Nothing is extravagant. Of course, it's gonna be extravagant with the combos I pull out, but cool. And last but certainly not least, all this soul charging around. It's gonna suck when one of these triggers go into soul. So that's why I only run 1 fucking heal trigger. We don't need them shits. Heals get people killed. It's okay. We don't need them, but I got it just in case. Just in case. It's 20k guard. Really, it's gonna show up eventually, or get soul charged. So that's the only reason why I run less heals as I normally would. Normally, if I always max out on heals. But in this type of deck, with all the soul charging going around, I'm not going to be able to see all the cards I want. It's kind of random. But 1 heal. There's some crits in this deck, so watch out, everybody. But now I got to change my trigger lineup because I don't want you guys to be predicting when I'm gonna do my grand finale. All right.
Alright, guys, that was Jet's Pale Moon deck profile. A fight video will be out with him in it. This deck,
already.
if you have it, they won't. I'll put this out first. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, Striders out.